Congratulations on Siren on Freeform.
Thank you so much.
What was it like bringing it to Freeform, which feels like this year they're really embracing their geek fandom?
We love it. They are so into it. They are so, everything we care about with the show, they're on board. They are fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we sold the pilot when it was still ABC Family, the last month of ABC Family. So we've really been there from the beginning of this rebranding, and they've just pushed us to take risks, and it feels like Freeform is really becoming a very interesting destination for content. So it's been great to be part of that process and transition.
Now, what was the inspiration for the Siren? I love mermaids, I love mermen, and I'm really excited what with The Shape of Water that you guys are like. I'm like, y'all, I think we're before Shape of Water.
So you had a sort of initial brainstorm about the whole thing and wrote the pilot.
Yeah, I mean, so I wrote the pilot on spec. It started with loving Jaws and just the whole vibe of that movie and the town and the characters and people in it and how alive that was. And Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides had just come out, which sort of gave us a new version of what mermaids could be. And so it really was marrying those two ideas together and just building it from there and really taking sort of almost like a biological scientific approach to like, okay, if these things existed and we don't know what's actually out there, what would they look like, So that's been really fun.
It's really neat how the cast really reflects what looks like California and America. How did you find the cast, and did you have to tweak the characters once you found everyone, especially since, the Siren is the main person? Did you create the character first and then find her, or did you find her and sort of tweak it a little bit to make it fit her better?
So interesting how when you write something and then you cast it, how it inevitably changes once you know the cast. And yet, it was a beautiful kind of coming together of the whole thing, because we saw almost each and every person who walked in the door. Ian came first, I think. Is that right? And we were on the phone and looking at video, a lot of mermaid auditions. But when we saw Aileen, it was just, there she is.
Yeah.
And she spoke about it, and she has embodied the original concept and yet brought other things to it that we have now been able to embrace. So that's a fantastic casting process.
And the great thing too, because we always talked about how we want the show to feel authentic and real, and it's set in coastal Washington, not the most diverse place in America, but the network really pushed us to look at diverse choices in casting, and it just sort of opened up this whole world of amazing actors, and it just feels like you say, it feels like a reflection of who we are in our world and what the world really looks like. And I mean, mermaid stuff is something that everyone should relate to and see themselves in all of these characters. So that really was great that the network pushed us and is really helpful, I think.
One final question. I assume everyone knows how to swim that's cast on the show.
Now they do. I mean, we had many, many strong swimmers to start, and other people who didn't feel as confident. And so over time, we obviously have great people and a lot of safety and all that involved. But to see actors embody and get in the water and use their acting skills to turn into that is something to see.
It's great.
Yeah,
it really helped. I mean, first of all, Aileen and Alex, I think, can hold their breath for 3.5 or 4 minutes now, which is crazy. But both Aileen and Sibo, when they're in the tank, they move like dancers, and it really helps the shots, because when we turn them into mermaids digitally, we're basing it on our actors' movements in the tank, and so it just has this beautiful quality to it that you couldn't create otherwise. So.
Thank you so much for talking
you.
with me. Congratulations on Siren. I cannot wait to join the show when it premieres on
Awesome.
Freeform.
Thank you so much.